Anna, and today we are going to continue in Unit 3, and we're going to be talking about acceleration. All right, so acceleration, we've already talked about velocity, and we've talked about speed. Today we're going to be talking about acceleration. So, first little question, take it back. If a car is moving on a road at 90 kilometers per hour, going due south, and then changes direction and starts traveling southwest, staying at 90 kilometers per hour, what happens to its speed and its velocity? If you said the speed stayed unchanged and the velocity changed direction, you would be correct. So here we go, champs for our Ed Puzzle. This entire slides presentation is your Ed Puzzle if you haven't figured it out by now. So champs for Ed Puzzle is make sure you have your voices off when this presentation is going. You can't really raise your hand because I'm not going to be able to help you, but if you're doing it in a classroom with your other teachers during the day, if you have a question, they can always contact myself or Ms. Kanopic to get some type of answer or direction. Watch it and have some fun. Please stay seated. Watch and be prepared for the end of the class exit ticket as well. There is an exit ticket question at the end of this slides. And you will be successful in completing your slides Ed Puzzle for acceleration. So here we go. So Unit 3, like I said, we're continuing with investigating force and motion. We're dealing with acceleration. So we have our cue. Today we're going to look at acceleration and take a content quiz. That's right, quiz time today, children. It'll be after you're done with your warm-up, which you should have done already, and this Ed Puzzle slide presentation. You'll be doing your quiz. It shouldn't take long. It's not very many questions, and it's covering all the information that we've covered so far in Unit 3. How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to do an Ed Puzzle, which you're in already, and test our knowledge so far in Unit 3. Why? Well, this is going to help us to understand acceleration and determine if we are knowledgeable about speed, velocity, balanced and unbalanced forces, because that's what's going to be tested on. So we're still in the Unit 3 organizer. As you can see by the big blue arrow up there, it's showing speed, velocity, and this last one, acceleration, which we're covering today, all right? So the second half of your unit organizer, the blue arrow up here, is showing that we're on schedule and where we are on the schedule. And it does show that we have a quiz today. Should not be anything new. It was on my dry erase board for the last couple weeks, and I believe Ms. Kanopic had it up as well, and it's been in your unit organizer this entire time. So, acceleration, what is it? Well, it's a change in motion. It could be a change in speed, it could be a change in direction, or it could be both, but change nonetheless, okay? So that makes the difference between velocity and speed, is acceleration is a change in motion. So, fun fact, speeding up is called positive acceleration, and speeding down is called negative acceleration. So positive acceleration is when you're increasing your speed, and negative acceleration is when you're reducing your speed. So here we have some little examples, all right? So you have your little stick guys running, and it says, I'm accelerating because I'm speeding up. The next guy on his skateboard says, well, I'm accelerating because I'm slowing down. And the little bumblebee is saying, I'm accelerating because I'm changing directions. He's going all over the place, okay? So like the definition stated, acceleration, AKA change in motion, it can be a change in speed, a change in direction, or both, all right? So remember that definition. So we do have some fun examples for you to take a look at. So right here, see this little car going around the cul-de-sac, round and round and round. Is this a change in velocity? All right, next one. This is measuring what? What does this gauge measure? It's going to be distance over time is what it measures, or otherwise called, excellent. If you said speed, that is correct. So here are some more examples of acceleration, okay? So you're going to tell me true or false if these are examples of acceleration. A car sitting at a stoplight revving its motor. That's acceleration. True or false? If you said false, you are correct because it's not moving. It's just sitting there revving its motor. How about a horse speeding up around a track? Is this an example of acceleration? True or false? If you said true, you would be correct. A horse speeding up around a track would absolutely be an example of acceleration. How about if a football is thrown by a quarterback? Is that acceleration? True or false? A football thrown from a quarterback. If you said true, again, you would be correct. It would be acceleration of his arm coming forward, but it's also acceleration of the football after it leaves its hand. How about a person running on a treadmill going 4 miles an hour? Is this an example of acceleration? True or false? If you said false, you're correct because it's got a constant speed and there's no change in direction. All right? So here's your chance for your quiz. Voice is off. Raise your hand if you have problems, questions. If you need us to read the question or restate it for you, that's absolutely acceptable. Take the quiz. When you're done with the quiz, make sure you submit it and then sit quietly so other people can finish their quiz in quiet as well. Move with permission or responsibility, complete the questions, and you will be successful in taking your Unit 3 quiz. All right? So we also have a quick review. And what the review is today is going to be that we looked at acceleration and how it is related to speed and velocity. We also did this wonderful Edpuzzle that you're in right now and reviewed our Color Me page. This is going to help us understand the different ways to describe motion. Well, our exit ticket has come. And it's going to be a video that we're going to answer some more questions about acceleration and velocity. All right? So here we go. So as you see, the vehicle taking the checkered flag and starting at the start-finish line at a constant speed of 110 miles an hour, is the vehicle accelerating? True or false? The car is accelerating as it crosses the start-finish line doing 110 miles an hour, a constant speed. Okay, as you see the vehicle downshift, slow down, and turn through turn 1. This is an example of what? This is an example of what? As you see the car coming through turn 2, you'll see that the car is increasing in speed. What is this called? Here you see the vehicle is accelerating in a straight line. This is an example of velocity, true or false? Accelerating here in a straight line, true or false? It's an example of velocity. Okay, once again, we see the car making a turn and slowing down. This is called what? So, what is it called when you measure distance over time? What is it called when you measure distance over time? Okay, so now you see the car is changing its speed and direction at the same time. This is called what? What is this called? As I speed up here in a straight line, would my velocity change if I slowed down? True or false? The velocity would change if I slowed down. True or false? As you hear me accelerate, as I'm coming through this corner, this would be an example of positive acceleration. True or false? Me accelerating coming through this corner would be an example of positive acceleration. Now, as you see the car slow down as it comes through this corner, this would be an example of negative acceleration. True or false? This would be an example of negative acceleration. True or false? So the car is accelerating in a straight line heading west. This is an example of what? So as the car in front spins out due to overdriving his tires, what is true about his motion? What is true about his motion? Now you're going to see that little red car off to the right in the grass off the track. He unfortunately blew up his motor. So he stopped in the grass. Is this an example of acceleration? True or false? Him stopped on the side of the track is an example of acceleration. All right, so now you've seen the video and you've gone through this slide presentation, which is an Edpuzzle for yourself. Please make sure that you submit this Edpuzzle so you can get credit for it. Make sure that you did your warm-up at the beginning of class, and I wish you a lot of luck on your quiz. I'm sure you're going to do awesome. We'll see you next time.